Hey, welcome. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am just going to jump over and check my tech here as we go live. I'm going to try something a little bit new and hopefully can get this going. All right, looks like I'm on Facebook for sure. And I'm trying to see if I'm on LinkedIn yet. All right. It looks okay. StreamYard's showing that I'm connected, but when I connect over there, I am not seeing it show up in my video, but hopefully it is. If you can see me, if you'll drop me a hello in the comments, would love to know. I've had a problem lately not seeing all the comments, so that's why I'm trying to monitor it outside of StreamYard as well. But I will say, real quick, if you're joining on Facebook, if you will go over to StreamYard.com/Facebook, got it right down here, give the two of them permission to speak to each other. That would be awesome. And that way, if you do leave me a comment, I can see your name and respond to you and not just call you Facebook user. Would be lovely if you would do that. I'm going to double check. Okay, I do see us now on LinkedIn. So I think there's a little bit of a delay on LinkedIn. But anyway, all righty. So let me just say, if I'm new to you and you are new to me, my name is Beverly Smith, and I am the founder of Career Success Strategies. I am also the former owner of a staffing and recruiting firm. So I know firsthand what hiring managers are looking for, and I use that knowledge now to empower high-performing sales and business development folks, as well as senior and executive level professionals to achieve their career goals, find that dream job, so to speak. So it's been a while since we've talked. Can you believe it? It was like the week before Christmas. Christmas has already come and gone. But on our last episode, we talked about the importance of informational interviews, how to conduct them, and the opportunities as well as the doors that can open for you. I'm going to put up, if you would like to catch the replay of that, you can go to my YouTube channel, Beverly Smith Resumes. Or if you're watching me on LinkedIn, you just can go to my profile and click on the events tab, and all our replays are there as well. So either place, if you're catching us on YouTube, make sure that you click that live tab and you'll see all the replays. They don't always come over to the front page of YouTube. I don't know why. I have not gone down the rabbit hole of learning YouTube, but they're all there. I will say that. So anyway, this week I am really excited as we roll into 2025. I know that many of you are thinking about changing jobs, and there may be even some of you who are thinking about pivoting and changing careers. So for me personally, I went through a career pivot a few years ago. And so I know from experiences the challenges that are involved with all that. But those lessons, they helped to shape my path, in ways that I just never could have imagined when I started out. And I really wanted to take this opportunity to share with you some of the steps that I took in order to get clarity and confidence so that you can get a clear vision for your own career. And it's really important that you finally align your work with your values and your goals. So in this episode, what we're going to be covering is why now is a great time to be focusing on career clarity. We will talk about reflection, lessons and wins. We will talk about defining your why. We're going to also talk about identifying strengths, passions, and lifestyle needs. We will also talk about the importance of visualization And then finally, I want to address overcoming fears and roadblocks. So, got a lot to cover, but I promise it's not going to be way long. So, stick with me through this. I think you will be really come away from this with a lot of information. Plus, I'm going to have some things available for you to help you as well. So, let's just dive right in. And by the way, let me just encourage you, if questions come up, do put those in the comments and I will try to catch those. If you're catching the replay, if you want to use hashtag replay, that will let me know. And also you can tag me if you're catching the replay. That way I get a notification because I want to make sure that I address any comments or questions that you may have in this process. So let's talk about January and why it's such an ideal time. I think many of us feel like we're ready for a fresh start and we're really highly motivated to take action, to take charge, figure out what those next steps are that we need to take. And when it comes to a career pivot, though, oftentimes we're just not real sure what that looks like or even where to begin. So let me know if that resonates with you. I know for me, several years ago, when I was going through that career pivot, I just felt really in the dark. I would even Google career pivot and I would get so frustrated because I just did not come up with anything that would help me. And it really took me a lot, which is, again, why I wanted to present this material to you because hopefully it can shortcut the time it takes you and be of help. So this session and the timing of it, I feel like it's going to be extremely helpful to you. And also, y'all, I firmly believe we are going to see an uptick in the job market. Truthfully, I am very optimistic about what the future holds. So it's really important that you get clarity around your career so that you can recognize those opportunities. And I want you to be prepared to move, to take action, and not be left on the sidelines when those opportunities arise. So let's move on and talk a little bit about reflecting. One of the best places to start with career clarity is reflection. So I invite you to reflect back onto 2024, to consider what went well, what didn't. Look at those things closely. You may even want to journal on this. And a good journal prompt for you here is, what were my biggest accomplishments and what lessons did I learn? And let me just add too that I have available for you some journal prompts. I'm going to put the link in the comments here. First of all, let me just see if I can get the journal prompts up on. Remove that one. Okay. I've got it scrolling down on the screen, but I'm also going to put it in the comments so you'll have it at both places. Because if you're like me, you like to control and you like to paste or copy and paste on these things. So there it goes. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just double checking to see if we have any comments or anything like that going on. Let me make sure. I accidentally turned on sound. Okay, sorry, I'm double checking on Facebook over here. So there we go. We've got that in the comments in both places. So let me know if you do have any questions as we go. So again, you can download those journal prompts, but I want you to reflect back. Reflect on your accomplishments, and then also reflect on your challenges in 2024. What were those lessons that you learned that you took away from that? The next thing when you're getting clarity around your career is to think about your motivation. We want to talk about that driving force. I want you to understand your why, that driving force behind your career change. and when you understand what that is, it's really going to help you have a more purposeful transition. And a lot of times I think, so a journal prompt for you on this is, what's driving my desire for change in 2025? Is it more fulfillment? Is it better work-life balance? And, or am I looking for work that is more in alignment with my values? So, I'll share with for me, when I was really trying to get clarity, like you, I'm a high achiever. Um, and so initially I was like, yeah, it's all about the money and the recognition and more opportunities and just the opportunity to do what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. But as I really began to dig deeper into all of this, I really discovered it was more about my family and spending more quality time and not being so wrapped up in my business. And, I just wanted that freedom, and I was in a place where I just was consumed with what I was doing. So that's just kind of personally for me. I kind of want to back up too. And as you're tackling this reflection and as you're focusing on wine, let me get a drink real quick. Something I would strongly encourage you to do as you begin to journal is to spend some time with God. Really get quiet and meditate on it. If you've got a desire for a pivot, there's a good chance that is coming not just out of your own selfish ambition, but there's a reason that's pretty deep. And if you will get quiet and get alone with God and spend some time in meditation, have your journal, have a pen, y'all, just spend some quiet time. And if you're not doing this in the morning, this is really going to be very helpful for you. But before you begin, and again, download those journal prompts that are scrolling on the screen, but get quiet, spend some time with God as you go through those, and allow Him to prompt you through this. You may not hear an audible voice, but a lot of times you just get clarity. You feel that still small voice within you. And I really want to encourage you in that. So as we move forward in this career clarity process, really important, the next steps is to identify your strengths and your passions as well as your lifestyle needs. So let's speak a little bit to strengths and passions. Again, reflect back on 2024. In your journal prompt for this would be, what work made you lose track of time? I want you to reflect on those tasks, those things that you did that really energized you. What were those things that you could just do all day and time seemed to fly? So again, what work makes you lose track of time? That just comes natural. And let me encourage you here. Before I really got into all of this process, I felt like that stuff that naturally came easy to me just came easy to everybody else, and it wasn't anything special. But y'all, we are all different. We all have strengths and that the Lord has given us, and we all have passions and things that He is working through you in those things. And it's a special gift that you have. So don't discount that. But those are going to give you more clarity around where you should move in your career. So really reflect on that and get clear on those particular areas and understand that that is a special gift that is unique to you. Next, I want us to talk a little bit, and not really moving on, but in the same vein, let's talk about lifestyle needs. A little easy for me to say, career clarity goes beyond role definitions. So what I want you to consider as you look into 2025 is, What are your non-negotiables? Is it flexibility? Is it your work environment? Is it location? What are your non-negotiables as your journal prompt that are so essential to you? So maybe you've been working remotely and you are really missing that connection. What, you know, maybe it's connection that you need. Maybe you want to be able to travel more. Maybe you need to work somewhere where you have flexibility in your schedule, and that type of thing. Maybe it's location. So give all of that some consideration as to what your lifestyle needs are. Our needs are changing too. What was a lifestyle need for you 10 years ago may not be the same. Maybe you were raising small children 10 years ago, and now you have a high schooler that is involved in all types of school activities, and you need that flexibility to be able to go to his or her activities or to take him on tours of colleges. Maybe you're now an empty nester and you want the flexibility to up and travel more, or maybe you don't need as much flexibility in your schedule. So just such are things to think about. So again, I want to encourage you to download the Career Clarity journal prompts that I've got scrolling below and I've got in the comments, because these prompts are going to be in there and they're going to help you as you navigate through that. Okay. I'm just going to double check real quick to see if we have any questions or comments. I'm not seeing anything over here. Okay, very good. What I'm going to talk about next is I want to talk about visualization and why it's so important. So here's what I want you to do with visualization. I want you, again, get quiet, spend some time, maybe with the Lord first, maybe do some deep breathing and just meditate. And then I want you, and you can get your journal out and your pen and spend some time writing about or visualizing first, and then write what you saw of what a day might look like in your new role. Imagine, where is it you're working? What are you doing? How is that work fulfilling to you? And what does that work day look like? And really see it, feel it, smell it. Just make it as real as possible, and really allow those feelings to come through. Where if you've been in a stressful situation and you're looking just to bring things down, and you visualize how this new work environment will feel, or how interactions with your team will feel, how interactions with your coworkers or your immediate supervisor will feel. Write those things down, and really spend some time visualizing that. But I want you to hang on to that. And the reason I want you to write it down is I think this is important for you to start visualizing this on a daily basis. Because here's the deal. What we focus, what we think about, is what we bring about. So really, by keeping that and hanging on to that visualization, don't make this just a one-time exercise where you close it up and, okay, check that off, I'm done. I know how some of you high performers work. Got to check those boxes. This is something you need to get quiet and come back to on the regular. Do it daily. Spend some time getting clear. And you know what? The more you do it, that vision will start to hone in and become clearer to you. And you're going to call in those opportunities that meet those needs. And I hope that doesn't sound a little woo-woo to you, but I'm telling you, when you focus on the things that you are important to you, those things, you tend to start seeing those opportunities. And so you don't want to just wait until hoping the right time comes along or the right opportunity. You know, we want to take action. And I know you guys are action takers, and this is how you can take action on that. And speaking of taking action, make sure that you're downloading the Career Clarity Journal prompt so that you can go through these steps and really capture every insight for 2025. So the next thing I want to talk about is overcoming some common fears and roadblocks. So I alluded to this a bit earlier, but when you're starting out, you have a desire for this career pivot, but you may not often know where to start and what it's going to look like. And like I said, that was kind of something I went through. It was like, I had this strong urge for a career pivot, but I had no idea. And it's why we go through this work, because when you're in that unknown and it's not clear, we tend to have these inner doubts that will surface, and just that self-doubt, the fear of the unknown. And even as you start getting clarity, that inner voice, sometimes that self-sabotage is going to try to come up, or, you know, maybe it's the enemy really trying to keep you down, keep you stuck. And you know what? I have found personally that sometimes it's the phrase fear of the unknown didn't really resonate with me, but what resonated with me is familiarity. And sometimes when you're in an uncomfortable or a bad situation, at least it's familiar and you knew what to expect. But when you're trying to make a change and when you are trying to move into maybe a completely new career and it's not something you've done before, you're like, I don't even know what that feels like. I don't even know what that looks like. So that's kind of what the fear of the unknown is. And that's where that self-doubt will start in and just going, yeah, maybe I'm just more comfortable staying stuck. So I just want to encourage you that as you go through this clarity, if you have those things come up, that just acknowledge them and say, it's nothing but a thought, but there's all these other people that are doing that. And again, go back and watch that session that we did last time on informational interviews, because that's going to be great. You can borrow from those people and you can learn about what you can expect. And so, but as you're going through this process of journaling and introspection, you can help overcome those fears, and you can journal on maybe what it is, but it's going to help prepare you for those right opportunities. And something I want to share with you that's really carried me through, the Bible teaches us in 2 Timothy 1:7 that God didn't give you a spirit of fear. So this spirit of fear that's coming up, those self-doubts, that is not from the Lord, but he gives you a spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. And I know you guys are high achievers like me, and you are disciplined. And that is what you should tap into. That's what comes from the Lord. And you need to remind yourself of that daily. Y'all, I even wear it on my arm. I got it on a bracelet right here with that very scripture. But it is a great scripture to tap into. 2 Timothy 1:7. That God does not give you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. So remind yourself of those things and don't let that be a roadblock. And know that as those things come up, guess what? It's normal. It's going to happen to you, but you can overcome that. So I hope that this has really been helpful for you. And I know that there may be some of you that want to go a little bit deeper into this more than just journaling. Journaling is going to help you, but you may want help in uncovering those strengths, and not just uncovering those strengths, but once you uncover them, knowing what careers could align well with your strengths, and which ones should you maybe even be avoiding. So I invite you then to work with me. I have a career clarity package, and that package does include a personalized career assessment that's going to be based on your interests, your skills, as well as your motivators. And once you go through that, then you can have a 1-hour coaching session with me where we will plan and map out your career and talk about what things are a good fit for you, and really give you that confidence that will help you take the next step. And so for a limited time, I've got this on as a New Year's special at a special rate of $297. Normally it's $497. And that is going to be available through January. And let me see if I can put that up on the screen for you. I've got a little banner for it. There we go. Let me see. I think I will leave that. There you go. And I'm going to put that in the chat too, because that looks a little weird. Okay, bear with me. All right, I am placing that one in the comments for you as well. So grab that career clarity package. Easy for me to say. At $297, you can get your spot anytime, as soon as possible. I have several spots open still, and we'll be running this special through January. And also too, you can also reach out to me via email. I'm putting that in the chat as well. You can reach out to me there, but I would love to be able to help you, to work with you through this process. It feels like to me that was, it took a lot longer than it should have. And that's one of the reasons I have really worked as I have gone through the process myself to help you streamline it, and to really develop these questions that I think will help you get clear, as well as I have spent some time trying to find an assessment that I felt like was going to add value and that I could provide for you to coach you through that. Here's the deal. My team and I are known for writing resumes and career marketing documents for senior and executive professionals, as well as sales and business development folks. And so what I have found, though, is for those of you, when you're wanting to make a career pivot, we really can't start that ball rolling until we know what it is that you specifically want to do. It's too generic documents, generic resumes. They don't get you where you need to be. And our goal is for you to stand out. We can help you if you are transitioning. We can walk you through and guide you through that process and create a resume for you that will show how your skills actually transfer over and make you marketable in this new role. And y'all, don't be discouraged if it's a field you haven't done before, because so many of your skills will transfer over. But a lot of times you just need a coach to walk you through that, to guide you through that process, and how to interview through that process, and how to search for those jobs. So, I hope this has been super helpful for you. And I just to kind of sum it up, we talked about the importance of doing this process now in January, of going through reflections of 2024, defining your why, identifying strengths, and assessing lifestyle needs, as well as visualizing your ideal future and overcoming fear and roadblocks. So here's to making 2025 a year of fulfilling work, of confidence, of meaningful success. And I just really am very grateful for you for joining me. I hope again that this has been helpful for you, and look forward to working with many of you here in 2025. And we will be back next week. I have a very special topic for you on cover letters. We'll be talking about that. So I look forward to joining you then. So have a great rest of your day.